congratulations on this. I thought you did another wonderful performance.
Oh, thank you.
And before we get into the whole movie thing, I just want to know how baseball savvy you are or were going into it.
Well, my stepdad, who married my mother when I was 5, he was a huge Dodger fan. So when the Dodgers would make it to St. Louis to play the Cardinals, and that growing up in Memphis, that was the closest team we could root for as well, was the Cardinals. But we were huge Dodger fans, so we would go to St. Louis and put our blue on and root for the Dodgers. And I remember when I think I was probably 7 or 8, and he took me to a doubleheader. And so we drove the night before, and we stayed in a hotel, and it was like the best field trip ever. And my favorite baseball player ever, Oral Hershiser, pitched that game. So to get to see him pitch, that was pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. There's nothing like bonding with your parent, with your dad,
Nothing.
Doing a road trip like that.
Nothing. Baseball and golf, and basketball. I mean, every sport. I mean, when I was younger, reading was sort of boring to me. So to get me to read, my parents got me, at that time Sports Illustrated was a really big magazine. It was still a big magazine, obviously, but they had Sports Illustrated for Kids. And they got me a subscription to Sports Illustrated for Kids. And that's how they could get me to sit down and actually read something. And then it got to the point to where me and my father would start arguing over the sports section of the New York, of the Commercial Appeal, in Memphis. We would argue over who would get to read the sports section at breakfast. Because I would go to school and he would go to work at the same time. And then, he was a huge Laker fan at that time. I was a huge Michael Jordan fan, so we used to go head to head. But we both did root for the Dodgers. We both loved the Dodgers.
Good memories for you, Justin, that's for sure. So having the opportunity to work with somebody like Clint Eastwood in this film, who kind of is a father-mentor, role.
Sure.
What was that like for you? Like, is that a pinch yourself moment in your career?
Totally. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that, if you would have said it to me 2 years ago, I would have just laughed at you. I mean, there's not a descriptive for it that I could, for me it was just, and to be with him and to see someone who's had such an iconic career, but still is still so excited to be there, so collaborative, so supportive. And having so much fun with the cast, continuing to keep it fun and light, and you throw somebody like Amy in the mix, who I'm just a huge admirer of, and doing this movie, I just really became great friends with her, and they're just two amazing people, and I think that's why they're such great actors as well.
Yeah, but you're not too shabby either. You've been giving us some great performances, and I would think
that
kind. You are still soaking it up like a sponge when you're on a set with these types of people.
Of course, especially Clint. Just watch him lead by example. I mean, I've been working for almost 2 decades, and that's a long time. But still, I'm so young, so it was nice to see a leader like that just kind of lead by example and continue to be supportive of everyone else around him.
A great, mentor, I would think.
He is, and he was on set. We played golf every weekend together, so it's kind of funny. We were actually like just buds on the movie, and it really helped. I mean, it really helped Clint and myself. It really helped our relationship on film, because we really were just. It was like the water cooler talk that you can get into with Clint. I mean, I'm not going to repeat it because that's between me. When I hang out with Clint, I think with Clint. So.
And I think it's so funny that he loved watching you on SNL because you are a funny guy. That stuff's great. So when you heard that, I was like, really? That's where he saw me?
Yeah. No. I mean, listen. I love SNL, and so yeah, we may or may not have, sang a little D and a B in between takes. We may or may not have.
I was going to ask you too.
Due to legal obligations, I can't really get specific about, if we did or did not, but.
It's good to hear. I think Andy Samberg would love to get in on that,
Naturally. naturally.
And yeah, we'd like to see more from you guys. What was it that in your career, really, what turned it around for you? Was there the role that you took movie-wise just completely changed your life?
I don't know. For me, it's more of a marathon for me. I'm not looking to get some sort of like, ta-da, I've never really looked for that type of I don't sort of go into these projects looking for an outcome. For me, it's about a real commitment to the process, and I think that it goes without saying, and I hope this comes across as the wrong way, that I've obviously gained a lot of goodwill in one profession, but it's all entertainment. Even some of the songs that I write and I portray on stage, I mean, there's a level of theater to that. There's a level of acting to that, and to be quite honest, my first job when I was 10 years old was on a television show. We were all actors, So for me, this has always been, it's always been part of the dream for me. And to have idols like Sinatra and Dean Martin and Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and, guys that could do it all, I'm just humble to the process. I really am. I'm not going to pass up a movie with Clint Eastwood, and I'm sorry if that pisses anyone off. Sorry.
Why would it piss us off?
Would
After
you?
You did it.
Would you? Would you?
I mean,
would anyone here?
I would carry his coffee over him, seriously.
I actually volunteered to do that, but he felt like it made him feel weird, so I didn't.
You did an amazing job in this, and keep up the. I love seeing you line dance with Amy. That was awesome. That was a great.
I've never clogged before. That was a special experience. Amy and I, the laughing that you're seeing us do on film was actually genuine, because I don't know anything about clogging. She's actually way more adept at clogging than I am in real life.
Well, you did a good job.
Thanks.
Congratulations. They're kicking me out of here.
All right.
Nice to talk to you.